Well,
Damn, 11 gigs of video memory. That's fucking great.
hey Jay,
Yeah,
can you jump on my YouTube stream?
I don't see a fucking link.
Oh, it's on Facebook, but I'll drop it again.
400. Holy shit, 600 right now. This is fucking ridiculous. I mean, that's that any version. Why do I hear echo? Oh, it's here, echo.
This foot is amazing. No, it's not. It's a big, gross foot.
What?
Now I'm just talking about my foot that I'm sculpting. You're asking what is it that I'm doing? Trying to come up with the most bizarre shaped. This whole model is supposed to be abstract, so nothing really makes sense per se. It's pure creation and just imagination. See how far you can take it? So far, it's not bad. Staircase goes up. Those were the this model is also going to be printed, so just trying to figure out where exactly these pegs are going to be going. So leave those. Maybe I just do a big one, another one. All right. So far, the base of this model is not bad. It's definitely coming along. I kind of have all the forms that I need. The shapes are coming out well. The back is kind of weird. I want it to be like a slug. If you ever see those giant slugs, they have these flat bottoms. That's weird. That's what I'm trying to incorporate in here to give the illusion that he's so heavy that he's putting so much weight on his foot. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Let me know what you guys think. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what brushes I'm using on this. The major brushes I'm using. I love this brush. It's called Clay Spin. It's like clay tubes, but it's more for organic. It's a softer brush with a spin instead of a go to clay tubes. You see the difference between this and that. One's more like one's more intense, not because of the settings. It's just the way how the brush spins. And then clay tubes. Clay tubes is more intense. Clay spin is more organic. So I choose to use clay spin instead of clay tubes on most characters that I do. It gives me that look of gives me the feel for as if I'm making a more like a realistic sculpture. Actually, it gives me a little bit of imperfections, which I don't mind, and some artifacts that makes it feel like clay. And to me, it's all about the feel of the character. If it feels good, if it looks good, it's good. Quacks like a duck, you know, same thing. So this bridge right here should be a little bit more deep. I don't know, this model doesn't really look like much right now, but like all these little details you see me doing down there, those are not final details, those are just landmarks. I would have to go back over them again and do my final details. I will. Um, Probably not in this video, but I definitely will, and I will definitely stream when I'm doing it. This foot's anatomy has the basic anatomy in it of a regular foot. The only difference is this foot is really a mixture of different diseases, you can say. A little bit of elephantitis mixed into it with some leprosy. It's supposed to be really, like I said, bizarre and gross. So all I'm working on right now is just trying to figure out what forms I need for this actual foot. So far, it looks kind of like a like a house, those cartoony shoe house. But everything that I'm doing, I'm laying the foundation for something bigger. So when I'm in Zbrush, it's not about what I can, what textures I can do, what I can sculpt. It's all about getting the foundation of your sculpt correct and easy to go. And yeah, I am working on the lowest level. so far. I'm not jumping the gun, and it's all because I'm just like I said, I'm working on the base and building up. The fun part I will get to later, if you want to call it the fun part. I think this is the fun part. Trying to figure out how these muscles, this foot is gonna go, and everything on this model is completely, nothing on this model is symmetrical. So that means that it takes forever. But it's a cool concept. It's a mixture of different concepts that I'm using. I go online and I try to find the most bizarre things, things that I know some people would love, and some people think is just absolutely creepy. I do creepy. I love creepy. So if it's creepy, weird, chances are I'm already on top of it. That's another full look of the model. There's still a lot more work to do. I started doing the details on this foot. I already put where I'm gonna cut it for the print. Still got to make sure that those are a little bit cleaner. It's not a big deal. That comes later. But all this is most of this is hand sculpted. Um, and then I just grabbed an alpha of a frog, the back of a frog that I did to get these little marks. But these little marks are just a start because these marks should be bigger like that. So these are actually warts that I have to go back when I'm ready to do the actual details and make these warts look like more like leprosy. So like I said, I work big to small and I do the details later. But all these are just going to be, like I said, gross looking leprosies and infected legs and the whole shebang. Um, yeah, it's gonna get gross. It's gonna get really, really gross. So hide your kids. Yeah, I don't like that. Let me go back and remove those. I think I made them too uniform. Yep. All right. So now I have to kind of do the same thing on this leg. This leg is more reptilian. Like I said, a bunch of different concepts mixed into one. This leg is way more reptilian. This one's going to be more um, rural, I should say. So it's going to have a lot of. Right here, I put the rocks as a cliff. So from this point down, it's going to have elements to do with rocks. So, like I said, it's completely different. This side of the body is more reptilian. This side is more, organic, you should say. So I'm looking for different, more references as I go. Actually, I am looking for uh, some type of diseased foot. Um, so diseased foot. All right. Let me see what I got. Yeah, I got some pretty gross references. Let me just bring it over here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Stuff like this. So, like I said, it's not going to be nice. It's going to be absolutely gross. But it gets the point across, right? See, okay, I like this one. This one here is, that's pretty gross. Yeah, these are pretty gross. Ooh. Yeah, sometimes I do. Ugh, that's pretty bad. Okay. So since that one was pretty bad, I'm going to use that one. All right. So that's one. Right now, I'm on the other monitor. I'm just like adding these to my reference board as I go. So there it is. And I don't really care about the bottom of the foot because it's never going to show. I'm just going to make sure it's kind of flat. So that when it does go on the base, it will have a somewhat of a level foot. Let's go ahead and cut that, and just like that. There we go. And those will be added later on. But that's where I want it. Like I said, this model is, don't look at this model for anatomy perfections because the anatomy is just completely jacked up. I was debating if I should go ahead and just use this model as a print, or I should use this model as, go ahead and texture it and and post it somewhere else. But let me know what you guys think. This needs to be all rocks. Like I said, multiple reference and just keep going. All right. Let's see what it looks like on the base. So it looks. See, this is the thing. It still doesn't look like it's heavy. So I need to. This is my way of adding gravity to a model. I take the elastic brush, turn the intensity all the way down, and just slowly drag. And that way you get the. You feel like you have a little bit more weight put on the foot. You see, like these toes are like submerged. Go ahead and just make that brush bigger and just move it up. See how easy that was? I'm just gonna make sure these toes are okay. I should have just made one of those toe crossing over. That would have been funny. But yeah, as you can notice too, the difference in the size of one of the foot. One's way bigger than the other one.
I'm Patrick with David CEO, founder of PHP Agency. You may recognize me from a video that went viral on Facebook titled "The Light of It."
Alright. So now that I have the gravity there, maybe I should just move this up a bit. Alright. So from this point, I'm just going to go ahead and quick save. And time to go up one level. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so this side of the foot now is gonna go like this. This is gonna be completely different. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start doing small little sketches like this. It's gonna look like nonsense now, but you wanna see what I'm. All this is just giving the surface some texture. I do use alphas, but I don't depend on alphas. It's just, I just use a lot of reference. Sometimes I have a reference board set up with at least 100 actually different types of reference just to give me the option if I decide to jump and change something on this model. The thing that's killing me right now is like I know its anatomy is wrong, and I just do like that, make that a bit more like the foot, and pull that out like that. Like that. It's too much, but I'm trying to see if that's gonna make sense. Pull the bottom out. What if I just move this and that shortens the foot? No, I don't want it to be short. It's to be wide. I do talk to myself a lot. If you guys have questions, man, go ahead and ask. Comments, questions, feel free. Yeah, I started from scratch on this model. Um, it's been an ongoing model for numerous reasons. But you can slowly see it coming together. I'm not just going to jump in and just start doing details. What I was saying earlier, from the scratches that I made, you see the scratches that I made now, the smaller pieces that I made gives me these lines, all these lines right here. That's what I did previously as well. Just continue just making these little stretches. And it just gives me like surface detail on this model. So, and then I'll just go ahead over it with the not S polish brush, which is like a hard polish brush, but it's just softer. And all it's doing is just making all those strokes that I did feel more like skin. And then I'll go over this again with a smaller brush and carve those in. And by doing that, it's going to give the illusion that it's actual skin. Like I said, like an alpha would work, but you can't just depend on just only on alphas, you know? Otherwise, your stuff gonna look like just a print. See? Now after I carve those in and go up one subdivision level, you see the difference that it makes. And it's just little by little, man. And that's how I did most of this foot. It's just going over it using the same technique that I used. Back here, I did use some alphas back here, but all I used these alphas for was for base. So if I have the base right here now, and I just go ahead with my S polish and just do that, you see how it gives me these little imperfections, and that's what I want. I don't want anything big. Everything big is going to be coming from my sculpt. All this back here was done by hand. And using the same details. Same thing back here. It's all scratches and just to get the lines in. Like I said, this creature is not actual human, so I've yet to decide what kind of texture is going to have or what he is. I have no idea. If you guys, I don't know. I was thinking about like maybe like chimp, like a chimp skin, chimpanzee looking skin, maybe like a naked chimp, hairless chimp. This part right here is a staircase that's going up, and it's supposed to show how big the character is. It's just for scale reference. Everything is just for scale reference. If I put everything back, you can see how small these staircase is for right now, and it technically gets smaller as you go back there. So I'm building everything in a weird shape. So when you do see it, like I said, because it is for print, so I have to actually just try my best to push the envelope just a little bit more. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at that. All right. All right. Let's see. Go back to this. Wait a second. Okay. Good. So now back to this. And as you can see, the bottom of the foot it's starting to look okay. Let's get some of this out. Just go ahead and put these in. I'm guessing this is supposed to be like, it's like scaly, flaky skin. It's gonna, you know what? Maybe if I think I made an alpha earlier. No, it wasn't an image. Yeah, I took an image of an old lady, a really old lady, and I cut it up in Photoshop. I used that a part of her face. Maybe let's see if this is gonna help me. It's gonna work. Might not work. Might. Who knows? Let's see. Um, Not quite. These just look like crap. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Yeah. So won't use that. Um, let's see if something else would work. And all I'm looking for is just this gross wrinkles. And so far, I'm not getting any of that. Really. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and sculpt it in myself, which is gonna be, it's gonna be fun no matter what. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sculpt it in. So show you how that's done. So trying to get these nice lines to look to stand out. So let's turn this off, and I'm gonna do the freehand, and all I'm gonna do actually turn lazy mouse on with this one, and drop the intensity just a little bit, and a little bit more. And now I'm trying to have those folds stick out. There you go. And that's supposed to be like this extra growth skin-like thing. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same scratch thing again, right here, like that. Just a little bit smaller, and then I'm gonna go this way, just like that. And I go up one subdivision. See, I'm starting to get that like hedge sketch pattern, but it still feels like warpy, ugly skin, like old people wrinkly skin. Old people wrinkly skin. massive words. Sorry about that. Ooh. Okay, go back over it with the standard, and still a little bit too much. Get these little wrinkles to stand out, the imperfections. And I'm just gonna go over here as well. Soften that out. Uh, Hide my lines. Alright. There it is. It's coming. It's not done. It's definitely coming along. And I'm just going to carry these lines up more. Alright. Just rinse and repeat. On the reference, he has these weird toes. And they're very, very long. So I didn't want to make him as long. So this is, believe it or not, this is like in between. This is one knuckle. There's another one right here as well. Just put that one like so. Alright. Try to move a little bit faster here. Yeah, that's a little bit too wide. Okay. Build up the side of these toes. Well, it's not bad. It's looking better. Definitely looking better. I'm jumping all over the place. I know. But still looking good. So here we go. Just putting all these little imperfections on the toe. Nope, that doesn't go like that. And with this part, I am not using reference. I'm just going with the flow. Uh, I want as much loops and as possible. Yeah, I didn't, like I said, I started this mesh from scratch and it's just, I started from a box. So, so it doesn't really matter that these toes are not actually separated because we'll never be animated. It'll just be set for print. So it's just the little imperfections, that make things look real. I'm trying. I think I'm gonna go bigger, like that, like that, like that. So now I'm gonna work my way up the foot. So I'm gonna get these toes looking all toe-like. I have on this model. I have some really harsh lines. Like this is one of them. Um, if I go up, it looks really bad. So when I go back down, I always work with subdivisions. Even though if I start in decimation, I always zero mesh it, then go to subdivisions. I just find that it works better for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just clean all this up. In that way too, you just have more control over your model. Don't get me wrong, dot mesh is cool. but I just use it. This way works for me. This way works the best. I appreciate the love. Thank you. I think that looks from the front. Yeah, not bad. So I'm doing the nails. It looks okay for step 2. So this is when I did the scratches, like I said earlier. And now this is when I went in over the scratches. And you see those lines are still there, but they're still harsh. So if I go down 1 and then just go over with my S polish brush, go back up and rinse and repeat, it kind of fills the lines in between, right? And then I'll go over it, go back down to kind of lowest, and I use the clay brush. And all this is doing is just like giving it the illusion that there's more skin. It's just not it's not just it's not just a scratch. There's some meat, there's some fat underneath that, and that's like another thing. Like when you sculpt in a character, just don't sculpt a character that has, like the basic. Like if you sculpt in a hand, great, everybody can sculpt a hand. If you can try to sculpt a hand, everybody wants to sculpt a face. But the reason why a lot of the faces don't come out right, because they're forgetting the one main factor for face. Like everybody's face has a little bit of fat to it. So sculpting fat and adding gravity to a model it's kind of hard, and a lot of people don't really get that. And I'm trying to see if I can show you. So if I put the model like this, you see those little bumps, and that's just by, like I said, adding the clay on it, using the S polish, and then using the standard brush to fill it out as you go. Yeah. Thanks for all the love, bro. So I'm gonna go ahead and show the whole model again. There it is. Still, still a lot of work. There's still a lot to do on it. Um, but let me know what you guys think. I've never really done something like this, and I really don't have an idea what I'm doing. So, but the whole concept of the model is, he's a thinker with multiple faces, multiple emotions, multiple people mixed into one everyday life. You know, yeah, these toes looking. Now let me start on the big toe. And so far, what I'm doing, I'm just flattening it out because before it was rounded. And the reason why I'm flattening it out is because I'm going to go ahead and build up on it. And how I'm going to build up on it, I'm going to use this clay build. And all I'm trying to do is just give the effect of like the grossest toenails you can ever imagine. So add in some strokes in there. And I'm going to use the Danish standard brush. And I'm just going to go over it. And what a Damien is going to do is going to give me that start. And you notice I'm always doing everything, like I said, on my on the lowest levels. I'm just gonna go up one, and then I have my start. So what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and make these lines stand out a little bit. These lines are not coming through as strongly as I want, as sharp as I want it to. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch my brush. I'm gonna use the Orbs Crack brush. Okay, here it is. And then by switching the brush, going back over the model, I should get the effect that I want. There it is. And back here on the toe, you have this weird, everybody have it, cuticle thing back here. Go ahead and fill some of that in. Just look, it has the ingrown nail. And there it is. That's just the base of it, though. Go ahead and just eat out some of that. Keep building on as I go. flatten it out. I once met a guy that had a toe like this. The whole time I was talking to him, I was just looking at his feet. I don't even need reference. That's how bad it's burnt into my head. Then he had these weird, like, built up, like, calluses on top of the toe, which is like, you need to go get that checked out, dude. But, yeah, there you go. And this one's going to be different. This is the ingrown side. And it goes down like that. Okay, let's go ahead and add these back in. Alright, there you go. I don't know, that looks like a toe to me. Not my toe, but it does look like a toe. That's good. So this is a bit messy. So what I'm gonna do is drop it down and just go over it with the polish brush. What it's gonna do is just gonna get rid of all the peaks that's in this piece. I could smooth it, but I don't want to smooth anything. I don't want to lose any of that detail. I just want to flatten that detail out. There it is. So it's all flattened out now. And I still have my lines, you know. And I'm gonna go over with a Dame Standard brush again. Actually, no, I'm just gonna use the orbs. And I'm just gonna go in it and yeah, there it is. And I'm just looking at my knuckle right now. Trying to figure out how it, I could go online and look for feet, um, toes, but I don't know to do that. I have some myself. So toes and feet. I got toes in different area codes. On foots. Okay, so moving on to the next toe. On this toe, I'm gonna go a little bit different. I'm gonna, I don't know, my toe don't look like that. So let's see, what can I do? You ever seen those toes with the those little bumps on it? I might just do one of those. Let's see. I go here, cut that. Kind of like the photo that I just showed you, but was not that extreme for this toe. Um, okay, only part of my screen. Ooh, yeah. That is weird. I have no idea what is happening. Yeah, that is absolutely weird. I have no idea. I'm just gonna go ahead and eat this down a little bit. Yeah, I'll look into that. I'm trying to figure out why that's like that. I don't know. So all I'm doing right now is using the clay brush again. Like I said, rinse and repeat. Like I already got the strategy down. It's just niggling it. I'm sorry if you got a foot fetish, but that would be perfect video for foot fetish actually. You're sick. I just say things. You're good. Okay. See this line right here? It will make sense. I just made it like a circle around it. But this is supposed to be another knuckle. So what I'm gonna do is, yeah, let's see if this bends. This bends. This is here. Yeah. See, let me look at my toe now. Yeah. Okay. So So it is there. It's just like that. I was going a little hard in the paint there. Uh, so just show the indentation that it exists right here. Yeah, that works. Just keep building on it. I think that should fix it now. My stream should be full screen now. Thanks, dude. All right, so now I'm gonna move up here. I'm not gonna detail. I'm not gonna detail the bottom of the foot, the toes anymore. It's soft enough to give me an idea from where I need to go on for later on when I do add more detail. So what I'm doing now is moving upwards in the skin. And like I said earlier, the skin is just a rock, right? So let's see. Let's see what I can do for the skin. Uh, rocky, scaly skin. You know, what if I go ahead like this? Randomly just, ooh, have an idea. There's a brush called a deca brush. No, it's a blow brush. I'm just gonna use that, turn it up a bit, and it's gonna give me the same results, hopefully. I'm gonna drop a alpha of that, and let's see what happens. So I'm getting the noise that I need. I'm going around. Like that. And then when I go up, it's just gonna look soft and mush, which is cool. And this is what I call lazy tracking. So all I'm gonna do is use a Damien standard brush with lazy mouse on it, and I'm just gonna go over like that. It's random. Everything is completely random. You'll see how it turns out. So it's like cellulite looking weird, nasty skin, but it's also gonna be rock. So yeah, that reminds me I need to save. Go ahead and save. Okay, Zbrush. Go ahead and save. Okay, still saving. Okay, good to go. You know what? I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna try something new. Um, let's see. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab an image. I'm gonna grab an image offline. I'm just gonna import it really quickly. Oh, let's see if it works. There it is. So it's an image of a rock. I don't know. Might work, might not. We'll see. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and use a clay span. Actually, nope. I'm gonna use standard and just drag on it. We're giving the same effect that I was gonna do, but this is just faster. So I'm gonna go over it. Like I said, I do use alphas. I use photos, but I go over them again and whatever makes the job faster. I like this part, the leg, like that. It's like nice and cracked. See, all of those is going to give me that nice, flaky, rocky skin. So, now you know my secret. So, there it is, up top. And if I add the stairs back into that, it kind of looks like something you find, like, just on, no, on the street, just a regular wall. But that's not done at all. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go in here with the damage standard again. And you know the drill, rinse and repeat. Turn the intensity up a bit. You can see me start eating away in these rocks. Looks tedious. Yes, it is. I guess I could go ahead and mask by cavity, but the problem is these cavities are not deep enough. So what I'm doing is just go over them just like this. And oh, you know, it'd be cool. What if I added, like I said, there's this rock. So let's make it rocky. Let's build up a bit. And I'm gonna use a hard polish, like so. All right. So that's one rock. This is another one. I guess this would be a good time for me to use the bullion brush actually. So the reason why I'm putting rocks in it, see this right here, that's a rock as well that I added earlier. Um, that rock itself, if I can illustrate reason why this is a rock foot. Oop, wrong one. Okay. Um, so this rock is an actual prison that's been broken and squashed by his weight, and that's why he's sitting down on it. I built two bird cages to put in there. Oh yeah, it's weird. Two bird cages. So, see video. So there it is. That's the kind of the concept of the foot. And out of the foot, you see, I have a crow that's flying out of the cage. Like I said, it's completely bizarre, but it works. And all these flat spots that I'm making, you got it. These are rocks, bigger rocks, I should say. So if I use the orbs crack brush and just go over it, you see it gives me this nice crack that most rocks will find. And another reason why I'm gonna go deeper in this is because when you do print it, you do lose some detail from the print. So I always tend to just go a little bit deeper. So when the print does come out and you know sanded and everything, it still looks readable. I will definitely do these steps right now are just placeholders. So I don't think that's the actual steps. Um, yeah, like I said, this model is it's a lot of work, but it's definitely coming together. Yeah, elephant skin would work actually. Um, yeah, I should have thought of that, but actually, it would work. I could probably use it down here. That I need to be rock. Yeah, all I'm doing is just doing squiggly lines to get into these grooves. Like I said, I use my photos, just as landmarks, and then I'll go over them and I'll make all these imperfections, stand out. So when you do an alphas, don't just, drag the alpha on and think it's done, because that's never the answer. You give it some more love. The more you put in it, the better it looks. Just don't go too far. Just don't lose yourself within the model. It's very easy to lose yourself. Well, see, look at where we started and look what we have now. It's weird, but you get the type of stone that I'm going for. It's more like a castle grind, like rough, just stones thrown into it. All right. All right. Just give this a second, and that do its thing. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this Rocky photo back, and I'm gonna go ahead and just do the same thing down here. Hey, you know what? What if I did this? What if I just changed brush completely and do that? So this way I actually get a better build-up. Um, hey, see? That worked. Oh, wrong one. Let me see. What if I turn it off now? And then go over it again. No, that doesn't work out. That's not giving me what I want. Okay. Okay, so that didn't work. So back to it. Yep. Keep it simple, stupid. This is going to be weird to texture because, as you can see, I clearly did some type of skin down here. But like I said, this is all going to be rock. I don't know how it's going to go. Well, I'm curious to see how it's going to turn out. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and just building up the edge of the cliff. Alright. Let's see. Go ahead and save for me. Alright. Let me take this back down here too. Ooh, I like that. Happy little mistakes. Just like me. Alright, so now we have this. Now I gotta figure out how to make this feel more rocky. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead with the clay build-up brush. And I need a little bit more base because that needs to be a little bit more rocky. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop this rock on it. Turn it up, the intensity a little bit more. There it is. I'm gonna go over this again with the S polish. like so. So from afar, it's a weird, ugly foot, right? Kind of looks like rock. Closer, it has a little bit more. I need to figure a way how to make this slowly fall into the skin. Alright, trying to make this stand out a bit. Alright, and now if I add that rock back to it at the bottom and the top. See, this is how it plays in. And yeah, I need some more stuff underneath just to not really make it flush, but I'm just gonna go ahead and move that out like so. Alright, there it is. Okay, a little bit too far. Kick it back a bit. Alright, so on the foot, yes, it is going to be printed. So it's going to be 3D printed. everything that I'm doing right now is for that. Well, I'm not really worried about that yet. It should be all, number one rule is whatever you're going to print should be watertight. So, no holes. So, that's what it is for right now. Um, when I use the brushes to get this, all it is in ZBrush we have this thing called Z Project or Spotlight Project, and technically that's what I'm using. It's basically, back in the day I used to take alcohol, rubbing alcohol, put it on a plastic or anything, put it on my skin, rub it on it, and I get whatever that was on the plastic on my skin. Technically, like getting a fake tattoo. This is the same thing. I literally took a photo, brought it in here, and used that same photo to do the same exact thing, and then go over it again to make everything that I'm doing stand out more. So when I texture this rock, it's gonna stand out better, and you guys are gonna see all these details that I'm putting in. The reason why I'm putting all these details in this foot now is that since it's such a huge model, I really don't have time to come back to certain pieces. So I try to do as much as possible in one go. I'm not saying that I would finish the complete model. It's just, like I said, it's completely weird. I have no idea what I'm doing, but as long as it looks cool, hopefully it's turned out something that you guys would. Hopefully you guys like it so far. Um, yeah, so there we go. So on the print itself, yeah, it could come out a little bit more. Now let's see if I can mask by cavity now. Alright, there you go. And since that's mask, I'm going to go over it with the inflate brush now. Just go like that. Actually, let's see if we can do the form deformation. Nope. Use this clay brush. Sorry, the build-up brush. Let me just go over this as well. Yeah, it's random, but you'll see it's done. If I inverse that, and then I just go and. So when it's textured, technically this what you're gonna get. added on, you know, everything else. But I still feel like I should go deeper. So deeper we go. Um, I do map it out sometimes. I do map it out sometimes, and this time I just have this crazy idea in my head, and I'm just winging it as I go. Um, this piece, why I'm doing this piece, I don't know why I do it. I don't know half the reason why I do what I do. I felt I started one day just like, you know what? I always want to make a thinker, the actual thinker, and I was like, why do something that's been done so many times? So let me go ahead and do something completely different. And then upon that, I dabbled a bit with different things, different ideas. It took me a while to come up with most of this. Like I said, a lot of this is from different references put together. Um, there's some really cool artists out there that have these particular style of art that I follow on Instagram, and I want to give them all the props because this is I take half of their concept and incorporate my idea and push the envelope as far as I can possibly push it. So, like I said, this is a mixture of multiple. This is a mixture of multiple concepts put together and just random ideas thrown together. It would be really cool to see this animated. Unfortunately, I didn't build it so it could be animated. So, and there's still a lot more to go. I wouldn't even know how you would even animate it. All right. Hmm. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this foot and I'm gonna do a quick and dirty. Before I do that, let me go ahead and save. Quick and dirty UV. Still saving. Alright, there you go. Okay, and I'm gonna clone it first. And this is a little trick. It's a weird trick, but I don't typically UV in Zbrush, but I'm gonna show you how I do it when I do it. So I mask it right down the middle, and I clean up a lot of the mask like that. Don't really care about the back of the foot. This is how I want it split, just right down the back. So then what I'm gonna do, go ahead and hopefully this works. I'm gonna hit paint control. I'm gonna hit protect. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab this paint bucket, and I'm gonna hit fill. So it fills everything besides what's mask. So now I hit invert the mask. I'm gonna hit attract, and then I'm gonna hit if it saves first. And what? Oops. Go ahead and then fill it. And if I hit unwrap, we should have the seam right down the back like that. And if I hit flatten, it should lay out exactly how I have it. Yeah, like I said, I don't typically UV with ZBrush, but this is not bad for right now. This is not bad. So copy. I'm gonna go ahead and copy those UVs. Go ahead over here, and I'm gonna paste it back. So there it is. The leg is UV'd. And then go ahead and go to my UVs. All my UVs are always 4K. Um, go ahead. Now I'm going to go to noise, surface. Sorry. Surface, and I add noise. Make sure I go to UV, and I'm going to go ahead and pick myself a an alpha that I can use in there. So just bear with me a second. Let's go for rocks. Jacket. Alright, so that's not going to work. Let's see. Over here, go ahead and open up. Uh, Alright, so now it should work. So, you know what? Let me see. Get the scale down. and boost the strength. There it is. Want the noise to go away. There's a scale. Okay. So that's kind of what I want. You see how it's going like that? The only reason why it's going like that is because the way the UV is laid out. So what I'm going to attempt to do right now is morph the UVs. I'm going to turn my floor on. Maybe not. Okay, go back over here. And I'm going to go ahead and flatten that out. I'm going to go ahead and use this. And I'm going to rotate this model. Rotate the UV, sorry. Like so. And scale it a bit. Okay. And I'm going to hit unflatten. I'm going to hit copy. And go back to this foot and paste it on it. And you can see the direction is changed in the leg. So let me try a different. These alphas that they're honestly they're the same photos. Um, yeah, it could be done. I could re-rig this. It could be rigged. That would be really interesting. Bristol, if you, it's a challenge. If you're willing to take it on yourself, you know, it's a lot of moving parts in one model. So, and that's the thing. I'm always like, always down to give away my models after they're done. I don't get attached. Half my models have never been seen. Okay, so let me just go ahead and change this alpha. So let's see what else I got up here. Okay, let's see what this bad boy looks like. Okay, you know what? I have a better idea. Let me just bring everything back up to the highest different level. And now I'm gonna go ahead and there it is. So this one's a bit noisy. Um, yeah, this one's not working out. So I'm gonna go ahead and change it and get something else that's a little bit more sexier. The Bob Marley, huh? I guess I could. I guess I could. Surface mimic. All right, just give me a second. Okay, so I'm gonna look at some surface mimic and see what they have, and maybe I can figure a way how to replicate what they got. But that doesn't look like it's working either. Okay. Alright. We'll try one more photo. And if it doesn't work, I'm doing it by hand. No noise. Get rid of the noise. Okay. Back. Alright. So there I have that. Go ahead and paint out all the stuff that I don't need. I just need it to look like there's some type of rock there, but right now it's just too uniform, and that kind of takes away from it. You can see how it is starting to come out. Actually, let me go ahead and just apply this just to see what happens. Okay, so okay. Just light mask in certain areas. Certain areas. There it is. So now you can see the whole concept that I was going for. It's like the rock is still there, but all I'm trying to do is just soften these lines just a little bit. Work smart, not hard. Okay. I could live with these lines. Those could be fixed. But up here, it's a different issue. I want this rock to stay rocky. And this needs to be like that. There you go. Castle Rockfoot. Game of Thrones reference. Alright. It's a weird pattern. But you shall see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and boost this a little bit more. And go ahead and hit apply. And there it is. Rocky, muddy, gross looking foot. As the top, add the stairs back in. And go ahead and go back down to my S polish. And I'm just gonna, oops, go ahead and just smooth out these edges. Oh yeah, I need the H polish. Flatten all this back again. Steps. There you go. Some of these craters are still open, which is good. I'm gonna go ahead and make it softer by using my S polish brush and go over it just like that. What do you mean shading? I'm not afterwards or when? Shading wise after I'm done with the model or while I'm going the colors. Okay. I don't know. So it's gonna be a mixture of skin going into rock. The texturing is gonna be as weird and bizarre as the actual model. So that should be fun. I'm thinking more, if I bring it back up. So all this is rocks up top. All this is rocks. So all these needs to be is a little bit, polish. So see all these rocks up top, and its rock slowly transform into skin as it come down, but it's not regular skin. The skin that I'm going for is actually really, really, really gross. It's gonna be between like an elephant skin mixed with something really gross. So you ask, so here it is. This is what I'm going for. And you can see by this foot, you have blemishes, pus, and all this mixed into one. That's kind of the feel I'm going for. And remember that this foot that I'm doing right here is actually looks over here. Is this foot right here? This foot still needs some more work as well. I just had to catch this up to be a little bit more interesting than just being a bland foot. So I hope that answered your question. Tim Burton. Yeah. So pretty gross. Okay. So as you can see, where I'm going with this for right now. Actually, if I just go ahead and do that, add this back, add that back, and go ahead and add this bad boy, and that one, and add this raven. There you go. You can just get all this back here hidden away. This is going to be an interesting print. That's all I have to say about that. Very interesting. It's going to be about 12 inches. The base itself is going to be ridiculous. It's gonna it's gonna have a manner of things around it. Right now it's just a rock base, but it's gonna look way better. I'm gonna try stream every time I touch this model, so you guys can see the progress in it. Like I said, I started this model a while back, then my hard drive crashed. Because my hard drive crashed, I had to start all over. So the good thing about that is I had some renders. So I started over from those renders as my reference. So it totally took me, let me see, I've been working on this now for on and off for a little bit over 2 months. Which, while working on all the stuff, of course, yes, of course. So, oh, this would be awesome in stop motion. Oh my god, I should totally do like a box troll version of this. Something from Leica. Oh, that would be amazing. Alright, Just give me a second.
Is it my yoga mat?
So right here is where I'm putting. So right here, I'm adding. All this is basically based off the rock foot. It's based. So I was watching Game of Thrones, and we're spoilers in season 6, and Bran was running up the stairs to go see what was in the tower. That's kind of like what this is, and that's what that reminded me of. So I'm trying to recreate that on a foot, make it feel like skin and rock and just like most gross stuff. And so my foot, just the foot alone, when I'm done with it, can be used for something else. And the cage is open because the crow, which I'm gonna actually put another one right here, shows that it's flying out of the cage. It's bust loose. I'll put everything back. You know, it kind of makes sense now. So here it is for this. It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Just press the
For now. So go ahead and I think I'm gonna call this model for right now, honestly. For the night. Um, I think it's at a good spot for me to just go ahead and take a break from it. You know, it's not bad compared to where we were when I just started right here. Oh yeah, it has to wait before it can upload, but compared for this is where I started out from. It's completely flat to where we are right now. So it's not bad for what, a 2 hour, 3 hour. Time flies when you're having fun. So go ahead and turn that back on. Turn these back on. And then the last one. So getting these steps back in there. I guess I'll start over again with the steps next time I come back, next time I stream. And from this point, we can pick up where we left off. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, subscribe, share, tell your friends about me, tell your grandma about me. Share the wealth, and I'll catch you next time. If you need me as well, I'm also on social media. I mean, Instagram. All this should be already in my description. You can find me on ArtStation as well. I'm pretty much everywhere and getting more out there. So, like I said, subscribe, share, like, comment. Let me pass it on.